Well, Lynn grew up in Big Stone Gap, Virginia during the Depression. He was born in 1923. And when he was about 8 or 9 or 10 years old, he started to notice mistreatment of the few African Americans that lived in his little town, people calling him names and treating him with disrespect. And he very instinctively connected the discrimination that he saw against African Americans and against Jews and religious minorities. He connected it with the discrimination that he felt existed against people from Appalachia, that people looked down on Appalachians, thought they were hillbillies or whatever. And he resented that, and he connected that discrimination to the more pervasive and horrible discrimination against African Americans. And that just made him, from his earliest time, an unusual person, and that he had this passion for fairness and equality, later in life for LGBTQ equality. I'll never forget taking Linwood with me as my +1 to President Obama's inauguration in 2009. I was governor, and I got 2 tickets to sit on the dais. And my wife, Ann, had worked heavily for the campaign, but she agreed that I should take Linwood as my +1, and she and my kids and other relatives would sit not on the dais, but more out in the crowd. And I took Linwood with me. And when the inauguration was over, I asked Lynn, hey, what'd you think of that? And at this point, he was probably nearly 87 or 88. And he said, this is everything I've worked for my entire life. I'm really going to miss him, but I'm really inspired by him. One other thing I'll just say about Linwood, just remember this. I'm reading the tributes to him in the paper today, and they're 180 degrees different from what all these people were saying about Lynn in 1970. And 180 degrees different. After he integrated public schools, neither party would touch him. He was an ex-governor at age 47, and he thought he had a bright political future. Instead, he found nobody wanted to be his friend. He ran for the Republican nomination for Senate in 1978. After he built the modern party, finished 3rd out of 4, because he had done the right thing on promoting integration at a time when there was a cost to be paid for it. But 50 years later, read what's in the, read what are in these tributes. And so that should be a lesson to all of us. Do the right thing, and it'll come around to you. It'll come around to you.